I'm Marin, and this is Post-its and Pens. Hello and welcome to or welcome back to my channel. My name is Marin, and here you will find a little beauty, a little books, and a little teaching content. So if that sounds like something you might enjoy, I would love for you to subscribe and stick around and join me in my little corner of YouTube. Today's video is going to be my final beauty budget update for 2022. So let's go ahead and get into the video. So before we get started, I'm going to go ahead and link you to the third quarter beauty budget update up in the cards. I will have all of my previous beauty budget updates linked in the description box, along with my goals video, which is where I kind of went over my overarching goals in terms of my beauty spending for the year. But basically, I had set myself a budget of $1,500 for any beauty spending. Now, in this case, beauty is makeup and skincare only. I was not including hair care or body care because I do not find myself overspending or overbuying in those categories, so I did not include that in the budget. So this is strictly makeup and skincare spending, and my goal was to stay within that budget for the year. So spoiler, I did not manage to do that, but we'll talk more about that in a little bit. So as always, I'm going to just take you through all of the purchases that I did make for the final quarter of the year, October, November, and December. I have not bought anything in the month of December, so it is just October and November, and we're just gonna go in order. I will tell you where I purchased them from. I will give you some initial thoughts if I have used the product, and I will give you the price that I bought the product at. So we're going to go ahead and start with my first purchase in October, which was on October 16th. I went into Ulta and picked up 2 items. Both of these items were replacements. The first one was this Drunk Elephant Slaai Makeup Melting Butter Cleanser, and the second one was the Sun Balm Mineral Tinted Sunscreen. This retails for $34. The sunscreen was $20.49. Both of these were repurchases. However, I have since decided I will not be repurchasing this Drunk Elephant Cleansing Balm. There is something about the texture that I do not really like. I find that even when you're trying to like turn it into the oil in your hands, it's kind of clumpy. It's difficult to kind of get smeared across your face. I found that I had to use a larger amount of this than I have with any other cleansing balm. And as a result, I went through this much faster than any other cleansing balm I'd used. So I would not recommend this one. I gave this 2 shots. I'd purchased 2 of these this year just to kind of see if the first one was my fault, but it is definitely the product. I also have found that it does not remove eye makeup very well. It really leaves a lot of it behind. I had to go in with some makeup removing, either like the cloth or micellar water, because this was not getting rid of my eye makeup, and I don't wear waterproof eye makeup. So would not recommend this. Definitely something that I regret purchasing. The sunscreen, on the other hand, was a repurchase that I do like. I find this a decent dupe for the Supergoop matte screen, although this does not work as well in terms of keeping me matte, but it is much more cost effective. So this was a good purchase. This one was not. My final purchase in October was on October 28th, and I purchased the Paula's Choice 1% Retinol Treatment Serum, which looks like this. This was a repurchase. I had purchased this several months before. I really like this retinol. Even though it's a very strong percentage, my skin seems to like it decently well, and I do feel like it helps in terms of acne control and also just anti-aging. So would recommend this one, but be careful with the percentage. She's got other ones that you can choose from if you're not quite ready for the 1%. This retailed for $62, so very expensive, but I do find that it lasts for a really long time, and I do like the results. Moving on into November, I picked up this Paula's Choice Omega Plus Complex Cleansing Balm. This is a squeezable tube cleansing balm, which I had never tried before. So as I'd mentioned, I just went through that Drunk Elephant one very quickly, so had to repurchase another one. This retails for $29, and I purchased it on November 12th. Then I made a splurge purchase, which was this new Natasha Denona Retro Glam palette. This I picked up on November 15th. I had pre-ordered it from Natasha Denona's site, and it retailed for $69, which is very expensive, but I have really been loving the colors in here, so I'm not mad about spending the money for this. I find that this has a very nice formula, easy to blend. The colors are really pretty, and I have loved playing around with this since I picked it up. My next purchase was from Ulta. I went in store and I picked up 4 items, and this was on November 20th. I picked up a new blending sponge because mine was looking kind of gross. I have not opened this one yet because I do still have one that's kind of like on its last legs that I'm gonna go ahead and finish out. But I did pick this up. This retailed for $6. I also picked up a new vitamin C serum because I had finished my previous one, and I decided to go with a more drugstore option. So I picked up the Pacifica Glow Baby Super C Bright Firm Complex Plus 20% Vitamin C Serum, which looks like this. This retails for $20. This one is only 23.6 milliliters, so we will see how long this lasts, but I was really not looking to spend a whole bunch of money on a vitamin C serum because I've tried a bunch of them and I don't really think it matters, so that's why I went ahead and went with this one. My third purchase was on the recommendation of Kelly Gooch, who recommended this little tiny Ulta Stargaze palette, which is just a little mini eyeshadow palette. This retails for $12. I'll go ahead and show you what it looks like inside. I do like this one. I've played around with it quite a bit. I feel like this had some nice sparkles for the holiday season. Just very basic. I could definitely travel with this and have like a one and done eyeshadow palette. So have really been liking this one. The last item I picked up from Ulta was a primer. It is the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer, which I'm thinking is probably similar to the Milk Hydro Grip Primer, but we'll see. My Milk Primer is almost finished, so I went ahead and picked this one up just because I was in Ulta and I knew I was gonna need a replacement, although the Milk one has lasted a little bit longer than I was expecting, so I probably didn't need to pick this up when I did, but this retails for $10, which is better than the Milk price, so we will see how they compare when I finally get around to using it. And these next items were all purchased as part of various Black Friday sales. So Huda Beauty had their new nude palette marked down for 50% off. So I went ahead and picked this one up. I have wanted this palette for a while and I got it for $32.50 instead of full price. I have played around with it just a little bit and this is very much up my alley. I very much like the shades. The shimmers are absolutely gorgeous and I'm looking forward to playing around with it more in the new year, but I could not pass up the 50% off for this. So that was the first one that I picked up and this was on November 26th. And my final set of purchases were on November 28th, again, as part of like a Black Friday weekend deal. And I purchased these all from Sephora. So the first one I picked up was the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Wild Oat Hydrating Toner because I had run out of my previous toner and needed a replacement. This one was $24. The funny thing about this is this literally smells like donuts. So when I first put it on, that was a little interesting, but I've since gotten used to it. I do like the hydration already that it gives me, so really enjoying this so far. The next thing I picked up was another one that was half off, and considering the normal retail price for this, that's a huge deal. This was the Grande Brow Brow Enhancing Serum. It looks like this, and I got it half off for $36.50 instead of $72, y'all. Like, I was not going to pass that up, and it turns out that that was a very good purchase because I ran out of the one that I had like almost immediately after I'd purchased this one. So that was nice that I got it half off and actually needed it. And then I also picked up a replacement of the Dr. Jart Tiger Grass Color Correcting Treatment, which looks like this. I do like this as sometimes the only foundation that I put on if my skin is like looking a little red. This does a pretty good job of blending that out. This retails for $20. This is the mini, not the full size. And the final two items are also replacement. So the first one was this Benefit Roller Liner Eyeliner. This one has already replaced the one that I was out of, and this retails for $22. And then I also picked up a mini of the Roller Lash Mascara by Benefit, which I do enjoy because my mascara is on its last legs, and I decided to go ahead and pick this up. This one was $14. So 2 replacements. This one I've already been using for quite a while at this point. This one I have not opened as of yet. Okay, so now let's go ahead and just talk some numbers. So I did pick up 15 new items in the 4th quarter of 2022. Again, I did not make any purchases this month in December because when I totaled these things up, I had spent $411.49, which was $49.94 over budget. So once I saw that, I realized I needed to cut off any spending for December because I did not want to go over budget any more than that. I will say there are some things that I need to repurchase. I need to repurchase a new under eye powder. I need to repurchase a new eyebrow pencil, and I'm going to need to repurchase a setting powder. But we're gonna hold off and just make it through the end of the year without purchasing those things in December, and we'll start fresh in January. Now, I will say I am going to have a beauty budget goal again for 2023. So stay tuned for my goals video, which will come out where I will talk about all of my overarching goals, and I will include the beauty goals in that video. So that's the end of this round of my beauty budget. Didn't do so hot because I did go over budget, but it definitely could have been worse. One thing I learned is that I have to be better about actually writing down the purchases when I make them, because part of what put me over budget this time was that I was not really tracking the purchases as well as I should have been. So I would purchase some things, wait a couple weeks, and then remember, oh yeah, I need to go ahead and put that on my spreadsheet. And by then I'd already purchased more, and I had not even realized how much money I'd spent previously. So I need to be better about that in 2023. We'll see how that goes. But that is officially the end of the 4th quarter beauty budget update. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel if you would like to see more from me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.